The police were doing this in order to have people walking around, but they also said that nobody would leave the square until the crowd had calmed down. At this stage, most people didn't seem bothered with the fact that they were confined to walking back and forth in a specific area. It all seemed very normal. A group of people protesting against what they perceive as a transgression of their rights, and another group of armed police officers ready standing in front of them with the goal of simply stopping them. As ministers started their voting inside the Houses of Parliament, the events at Parliament Square took a very different and a sinister turn.
It's just very interesting behind me. What you see behind me is not violence, it's a democratic process. Same with the bonfires, same with all the litter. You've got a huge crowd of people who are very, very angry for what's happening in the government, and that's where the actual violence is happening. Where in the next few years you can see people without jobs, without education, just having a really horrible time.
Shortly before 5 p.m, I got another call from my mum saying that there were troubles in the square. She said that the television was showing violent confrontations between police and protesters. I couldn't see any trouble, so I tried to walk towards the other end, and there I saw thousands of people trying to force their way out.
Revolution! Revolution!
And when I finally managed to get close to the centre, I saw the trouble that my mum was talking about. Police on horses going backwards and forwards, people bleeding, others screaming and trying to run away. It was chaotic, as people wanted to move but couldn't because of the crowds. It had become a very dangerous place to be. One boy, who was badly hit on his head, spent several minutes laying in the grass. He was treated by some officers who put a bandage around his head before taking him away. He was one of the few who would get very bad injuries. There was a small minority that were keen to confront the police. They used several weapons to attack them. Reporters and journalists were all over the place, keen to capture the images and pictures of how the people were being treated and the fights against the police. As daylight started to fade, the temperatures started to decrease and the cold became an enemy difficult to overcome.